What better time of the year than to make fall wreaths, since that is coming already in Idaho. It's been cool in the mornings. I've had to wear a sweater first thing in the morning when I take my kids to school. So I am going to start a non-traditional wreath made with these wood bead hoop. This is already pre-made. This is from Hobby Lobby. You can get it for $15, or if you wait the next week, it'll be 40% off. I start by finding the area that is glued. You'll know because these spin, these don't. So this is the area where it's glued. That's where you're going to put your, this was a little wreath that was on sale and I took all the items off of it. But you can find this type of small wreath at pretty much any of your craft stores. I got these ones from, I want to say Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But you can also find what looks like this, but it will be more of this in a spinny, it's called a twig garland. Anyways, what I'll be doing with that is just cutting it and adding it to this wreath. So I'll show you. I don't have my scissors right now, but usually you do scissors, but I'm just going to do these wire cutters, and I'm just going to cut this so that I can add it to the wreath. I haven't used this before, but I was lazy and didn't want to go into the garage. So there's still some stems in here, so I'm just going to pull those out. Just like so. So that it will unravel a little bit better. So I like to repurpose a lot of things. So when I saw that these little wreaths were on sale, I took all the items off and I was able to reuse it. I think it was lamb's ear that was on here before. All right, so this is a little long. I am going to probably shorten it. I have another one, so I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to cut it. And I'm going to use floral wire. The floral wire I have, well, I did not prepare myself before this video. Oh my gosh, it's right here. Like my dad says, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. And this is true. Okay, so I'm going to put these together and I'm just going to wire them on. I'm trying to think if I need longer than that or not. I don't think so. So I'm going to double this up. So as you saw, I just broke it, doubled it up. And I'm going to add it to the wreath. So you find that place where it doesn't move, which is right here. And you start in the center. This always looks a little wonky at first, but I promise you, this is the best and easiest way to keep this on the form. Okay, and you're just going to hold it nice and tight. And as you go around, you hold it in place and you go in between the beads, like so. You could also use floral foam for this. I've been using both. It just depends on what I feel like adding to it. And today I just wanted to try cutting these little twig wreaths and using them to show you something different, totally different. This wire is also good because it supports the floral and greenery that you put into your wreath. And a lot of people are always shocked by how much and how full I can make a wreath with such a small area to add. It's really quite simple. So, and I'm going to show you another step that I take to keep the beads from moving back and forth and to keep your greenery from moving back and forth. then you just go back to the middle where you have that long piece. And then you will cut your 22 gauge wire. And cut the excess off. Okay, and then next up you will use your glue gun. You're just going to go in between and just add a little glue between the beads. This is good so that the beads do not roll back and forth. And so you just secure it like so. And then you could turn it around and do the back as well, but I'm going to wait until this is a little drier. Okay. So essentially you could just start putting in whatever you feel like putting in to make this wreath. I like that you can, you know, add the floral wherever you want. You can turn this. I'm going to make it more like this. In this case, you could add more of the twig garland. I'm trying to decide if I should do that because I will be adding a couple pumpkins too. I should have thought of that beforehand, but it's good to add more and then do more wire. So that's what I'll do. Just gonna cut this off. It's a bit messy, but that's okay. Okay, again, you will just add it in the center. Be careful of that glue that's still kind of hot. And do the same thing. So you could add as many layers as you want, depending on how full you want your wreath. And then once we're done, you can actually add like a burlap to the back so you don't see this. That way if somebody has like a glass door, it just looks a little cleaner. Just go to the center. Alright, this just makes me feel more comfortable since I'm adding a lot of stems today, to add that extra layer of garland. So I just realized that I did not have my light on, so it'll make it a little brighter to have this light on. I'm going to show you some of the stems that I chose. This is the oval leaf stem. I have some fun pink leaves, some with glitter. I have a ton of these and I haven't used them yet, so this will be a fun non-traditional pink wreath. And I'm going to be using some of this grass, pink grass, possibly some sunflowers, and some of these here. Love the mauve color, possibly some dahlias, maybe a white pumpkin, and I got this pink pumpkin here. So I'm going to just start by adding some of the greenery, which is not green, but on the outsides. My glue is not quite hot enough. Let me turn it up. Okay, and then you will just press the stems throughout. I want to make this as flowy looking as possible. You just dip the stem. I have a glue pot. If you have a glue gun, you'll just add some glue to it. And you will see, but at the end of this process, it starts to get pretty full with stems, and so there's sometimes it's a little harder to find a place for all the stems. But that's okay, because we'll make it work. Today I did a yoga class, which is not my usual thing. I'm usually do CrossFit, so I wanted to do something totally opposite today, and I'm so thankful I went because it was just what I needed. I was telling my husband that it was like I got a massage because I was so relaxed, and it truly was just what I needed. Today was like a really easy flow. I'll definitely be going back. It's at a local place called Tusi Yoga in Caldwell, Idaho. All right, so I've added some of this oval. I'm trying to decide if I want to add some green to this, but I can always add it later. I've got these cutters, they're retractable. I really like these ones. I'm going to add some of it behind this cream, or I don't know, it looks white, but it's also a little bit cream. My suggestion is not to use too much glue on these, just so that there's a space for the other stems to go through. Pink wreaths surprisingly go quick in my online store, so they're pretty popular throughout all season. I make pink wreaths for Christmas as well. Right now I just have the big leaves. So sometimes if you cut these stems at an angle, it's easier to poke them through as well. Definitely tight. Might have to find a different area. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on it. can also go back and glue extra in between. Okay, I'm going to start using the grass, this grass here. And I'm just going to cut. There's 3 on each stem. I have lots of these, so. These ones are kind of like a fuzzy. They have them in all different colors. I don't know if I saw the pink ones this year, but I did get them in the fall selection last year. I'm gonna go grab another one. These have a good, nice, like, bendable stem. So I'm gonna add some more of the white rounded or oval. So it's not just on the bottom that poops out. I'm gonna add some coming up. I used 2 stems of this. This was something you could only get in the fall, but now they have it, I believe, in the section where it's there all season, so, because it's so popular. They also have this in green. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about, maybe the green one's all season, but I've seen it become super popular. And they've raised the price on it, of course, because it is a popular item. Okay. This is where I become quiet because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. Just want it to be kind of fun and flowy for those who love pink and want it for fall. Okay, I'm going to start by adding some of these. I don't know if these ones are actually roses. Oh no, they're peonies. They're peonies. I knew that. This is a velvet pumpkin, and I actually got it from the Family Dollar. They sometimes have some cute stuff. This doesn't have a stem, so what I do is I look in my garbage for a stem. I'm going to look for one that is thinner, like so. I'm going to double it up on one side, like so. We'll see if this works out for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a hole through the fabric. Okay. And then I'm going to stick that side in. But first, I'm going to dip the stem in glue and push it through. Don't push it through too hard because then it will go through the other side and then you have a ruined pumpkin. So, okay, the stem's a little long and that's okay. And you could double it up or you could just put it in like that. And I'm probably gonna have to cut it. Stick it in the glue and find a spot for this guy. You're gonna want to grab the stem and not the pumpkin, because if you push on the pumpkin, the stem could go through the pumpkin. Okay. So there's not wanting to sit the way I want it. There it goes. There it goes. You always want your stem to like hang out this way, so when you do send it, it's not sticking out this way and will get smashed in the process of shipping. Okay, add some peonies, and these are also from the fall collection. There are lots of pinks in the fall collection. And I'm gonna check out some of these whites. Trying to decide if I'm gonna take the green off. You just pull things back to check out where you're going to be putting the flowers. I'm going to find another stem to put into this white pumpkin. Again, this time I got a little thicker stem. And I'm going to push it kind of sideways. And I'm going to cut the stem a little bit. Adding the floral below will keep the pumpkins in place. And then I'll show you once we get closer to being finished, what you can do to, what I'll do is I'll be gluing some of the petals to the pumpkins, that way they're all secure. more peony. Or as a lot of you call it, a peony. Some people, when they make wreaths, they put the floral first or like the center first, but I do that sometimes and I don't sometimes, so it's just a preference. I'm going to add a sunflower upward. I have one more of the sparkly leaf, and so I am going to use it behind this pumpkin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue right on the leaf, and I'm going to glue it to the back of the pumpkin. So, just like so. Ow. Almost finished, but I think I'm gonna add, I didn't end up adding the dahlias, which are these. I just did the peonies. I think I'm gonna add one more of these behind. I'm gonna actually turn this around and find a place for it, since I can't really see it's nice and full. And this is where I can glue now on the back. This just secures the grapevine, or the twig, I should say. Turn this back around. So this is where I am going to glue the pumpkin to the petal. I'm just adding glue to the petals and pushing it against the pumpkin. When there's areas in between, usually I will add some more leaves, and so I'm going to grab one more stem. Of the pink leaves. Could either poke it in, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm thinking I'm going to just glue this just like I did the other. So glue bottom. Glue this one, but this time I'm going to glue it to the peony. You could add some green to this, which I'm going to check in a second to see if that's something I want to do. I'm thinking it looks good as is, so I will probably leave it that way, but I wanted to show you, for example, what the green would look like behind it. Oh, I don't know, now I'm possibly going to do that. These have like a green gray, or green, yeah, green gray. I'm just going to stick these like so. And stand back and see if this is something I want to add. I could, as a wreath maker, I could also just stick them in without gluing them and making them permanent. That way I could give two choices for my customers. So as you can see, I'm not even gluing them in. I'm just placing them in an area, kind of give myself a view of what it looks like with the green. And I think actually, now that I put it in, I'm going to be adding it as a option. Probably 3 on each side. All right, so I'm gonna get some pictures of it and see what you guys think of it on the door. So here it is on my gray door. I decided to keep that green in it because I really like the green. It can be switched any way you want. You can put it to the right, to the left, on the bottom. And here it is on my front door, my black door. I hope you guys love it. Thank you for watching, and go to caseylee.co to purchase this wreath.